What up, guys? I know it's kind of early, but I just wanted to come on here and, talk to you guys for a bit as I've been sleeping a lot because I've literally been, since yesterday, I randomly, for some fucking reason, got sick as fuck. And so, I've been laying in bed sleeping. And I've just been getting this constant, question about, the post that I made the other day about my ex Christina, and I just want to, clear up any bullshit that's being said, any confusions, because I know my ex best friend Eric, not you, Eric Scrublow, different Eric, Eric LaRue. Is what I'm talking about. But, anyways, I know a lot of you guys are wondering, hey, what did happen between you guys? Because you guys may have seen, my post yesterday about my ex, Christina. Well, day before yesterday, actually, now. And, why I miss her. And, what happened. Well, allow me to explain. You see, me and her, we were together, on and off throughout high school. We were together and then not together, just throughout our high school career. No big deal, right? Well, I was with my ex, Heather, who was treating me like complete shit at the time. That we weren't together after high school. We started talking on Facebook. We started talking to each other again on Facebook, getting to know each other again, and just really picking back up where we left off. Just really picking that back up. Well, me and her decided, okay, we want to give this another try. We want to get back together where we left off. So, we sent, obviously, my slutty ex, Heather, back to Pennsylvania. And when I say slutty ex, I mean slutty ex. That bitch fucking slept with, I don't know how many motherfucking people behind my back over Facebook. But, we got together, everything was good. And, we were dating for the longest time. We were happy, we were going to concerts together and stuff. And it just happened to be that her birthday was coming up that week. So, we decided to go to the bowling alley downtown for her birthday. We had everything planned out. And, we went over to her parents' house. And so, they came over, picked us up. Went over to, from my house to her grandparents' house. Nice ride over there, not gonna lie, man. The countryside where we went through, very, very nice area of Ohio. I've never really seen before. Very nice area. Well, we get over there. Everything's going good. We're hanging out, having fun. We're sitting there outside playing around with her nephew her nephew, who at the time would basically be my nephew, because, we were together. We're sitting there and playing with our nephew and just having fun. we decided to go inside, join her dad in the living room, just, cuddle up on the couch and, just watch some TV and relax before our time to head to the bowling alley. Well, we eat dinner, at her grandparents' house, and, from there we head to the bowling alley. Well, the thing about the bowling alley is, I'm going to backtrack a little bit here because her family drinks, and she sat right there in front of myself, and, basically everybody who was here at the time, like my older brother, um, even my best friend Eric, who was here as well because he was staying the weekend, and we were just hanging out and bullshitting around. Well, she sat right there in front of all of us, told us that she didn't want to drink. But and we were like, good, like for your 21st birthday, that's great that you want to break that cycle of, you being the first person in your family to not want to drink. Like, my mom supported her. I supported her obviously 110% as well because, I know what that's like. And to be in that spot because, my dad drank, or drinks, I should say. And that's a large part as to why me and him no longer have a relationship due to his drinking. But anyways, back to where we left off, we get to the bowling alley. And, me and her sitting there talking, just waiting for everybody to get signed in. We had signed in, gotten our bowling shoes and all that shit. So we're like, okay, whatever. We all get to the bowling alley and da-da-da-da. And mind you, Eric went home at that point. Like, after me and her left, he had went back to his house. Which is cool, fine, whatever, Well, her family members wind up peer pressuring her. Like, literally peer pressuring her into a drink. Because like, oh, like, it's your 21st birthday, da-da-da-da, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. And, like, I told them, I'm like, look, y'all need to fuck off. She sat right there and told me in front of everybody that, she did not want to drink on her birthday. And me and her aunt got into it really fucking big time, actually. Like, it got to the point to where I almost got us thrown out. Because her aunt was a real fucking bitch. And, we were just like, all right, and obviously I got upset. And, when she did that, I was like, what are you doing? Like, because, like, when she did that, flashbacks of my dad came back. Which really set me off. Because, like, and I didn't mean to go off. I really didn't. But, with my dad doing what he did, because my dad was, not just a regular drunk, like, he was one of those drunks that went back and forth between being very, very violent and just all around stupid and funny. So, it really fucked with my head. It was like a guessing game with him. Like, which drunk is he this time? Is he the mean, fucked up, want to fuck you up and always wanting to fight drunk? Or is he the drunk that's just going to make you laugh like a fucking idiot? And, and when that happened, it kind of triggered that. And I tried telling her, I'm like, look, don't do this. Like, what you said. Like, you wanted to break the cycle. And she's like, I know. Like, they pressured me into it. And I didn't blame her. I blamed her aunt, more or less. I was like, look. I walked up to her aunt. I was like, look, she sat right there in front of my family. Told me straight up that she did not want to drink. for her 21st birthday, she wanted to break that cycle, and you're sitting here fucking ruining that. And her aunt was like, oh, I don't give a shit, it's your 21st birthday, it's a rite of passage, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, bitch, whatever. And, me and her aunt got into it. And, Christina went back to drinking her drink, and my stupid ass at that time was still heated, but I looked at Christina, I'm like, look, you got two choices right now. You can either, go against your mom, your dad, your aunt, and do like we talked about and just put down the drink and, walk away from all this, and we can go back to my house, we can hang out, we can do whatever you want to do. Like, we can go wherever the fuck you want to go. And unfortunately, her family wouldn't let her do that, and they basically made her go back to drinking her drink, which I ultimately wound up going home that night very upset. Because I told her, I was like, look, it's either going to be me or that fucking drink. Like, if you continue to drink, we are, I can't do this. Like, I can't be around somebody who, drinks like that. And ultimately, that's not my fault. It's actually because of my dad. And I tried explaining that to her family. I tried explaining that to everybody that was involved. And, next day came around after the whole incident. And me and her talked a little bit. And it turned out her family basically did not want me and her being together. And I was like, all right, that's not fair. But, I can kind of understand. But at the same time, it's like really, really unfair to her, because she wanted to be with me really badly again. She wanted to make things right and pick up where we left off, which I was totally okay with. And we had split and stuff, which that didn't really hurt so much, because me and her were talking about getting back together after everything subsided, her family calmed back down. We were talking about trying things out again and seeing what happens. Well, we're going to do a little bit of a backtracking here. I had introduced her to my best friend Eric, a while back. I had introduced them because he wanted to know what she looked like. And I was like, yo, this is her, this is my girlfriend. This is my high school sweetheart. This is the girl I was telling you about that I've been with on and off with since high school. And mind you, right in front of my face, he told me, yes, as much as I like her, yes, I do like her, I am in love with her, but out of pure respect for you, no matter what happens, I won't fucking date her. No matter what happens, I will not date her. Out of pure respect for you, as your friend, as a friend, and as a brother. And that right there, that meant a lot to me. That really did. But the day after the incident at the bowling alley, he sits there and is talking to her, I guess. And he legitimately, behind my back, asked her out. And because of her parents being the way they were towards me and not liking me for whatever fucked up reason, she basically had no choice but to say yes to dating him, because he drinks, he does this, he does that stupid shit. But he basically went behind my back and took her away from me, knowing very well that me and her wanted to work things out. And, it really hurt. Because, like, I called him up. I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, I just seen your goddamn post. Like, what the fuck is going on with you? You know, you made a fucking promise to me that you were not going to date her. And he's like, yeah, well, you know, she kind of came to me and da-da-da. It's like, no, motherfucker. I know you. You've done this shit before to other people. She didn't come to you. You know, you basically convinced her to do it. And then he sat there and basically tried to pin the whole thing on me when in all reality it was on him and her fucking family. And he's basically sitting there lying to everybody saying that it was my fault that, you know, she had, you know, basically left. When in all reality, it wasn't. It was on him and her family. And, you know, and the reason why I made that post is because the other day, like, you know, sorry about that, guys. Like, you know, the other day, you know, I sit up there. There we go. There, let me turn this a bit. No, I can't do it. But, like, you know, the other day, you know, I was at the bus station on the way home. I was actually at a doctor's appointment when I was on the way home. And, you know, just going home from the bus station when I seen her. And honestly, when I seen her, all I could do was literally just sit there and do everything I motherfucking could to, you know, keep from breaking down in tears and just running up to her and just hugging her and kissing her and not letting her go. Because I really missed her that much and I really wanted her back. And in some ways I still, and sometimes I do still really do want that. But, you know, this is a girl that, you know, supported everything I did. You know, she was actually helping, she was actually at the point to where, you know, I was actually saying fuck it and actually looking for a regular job. You know, before the incident with my mom being hit by a car came out, you know, at that point I was looking for a job. You know, I was going for my GED. She was helping me with that. And, you know, I had everything going for me. I had my music career on track. You know, she was supporting me 110% of the time on that. You know, she was very supportive of what I want to do with my life. She was very supportive of that. And, you know, and I know this is kind of quoting Daniel Bryan from WWE, but I shit you not, she kept on telling me this multiple times when I felt like quitting. She was like, babe, you know, you can't quit. You know, this is your dream. This is what you've always wanted. This is what you've been fighting for since high school. You know, like, you need to fight for your dreams, you know, make this shit happen. And, you know, she was right. Like, you know, she was right when she said that, you know, if I fight for my dreams, you know, they will obviously fight for me. Granted, like I said, I know it's a quote from Daniel Bryan, but she did say that, just not in the exact words that he used, just a different way. But, you know, like, I wanted to run up to her so damn bad and just hug her, just tell her how sorry I was for the incident. And that, you know, I apologize and that, just all this stuff. But all I could fucking do was just sit there, you know, on my Chromebook and just holding it together, just trying as hard as I motherfucking could to not break down into tears. Because mom looked at me and she's like, what's wrong? like, why'd you turn away? I was like, because I looked over, I was actually on my Chromebook on the thing, and I seen her walk towards the bus, so I got up and went to the corner where the window was at, where you can see our bus coming out at. I got up, went over there, and I looked down, I'm just like, oh, never mind, I can't do this. And Mom's like, what? And I'm like, Christina's here. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, Christina's here. I just seen her walk towards her bus. And like, that's all I could do is just sit there and, and keep from breaking down into tears. Like, it took everything, every ounce of my physical being to not get up out of that motherfucking chair and go over to her and talk to her. Because I knew that if I did, my ex best friend Eric would be soon to follow right fucking behind her. So, like, I didn't do a damn thing. I just literally sat there on Facebook, on here, obviously not on live stream, but like, I just sat here just on Facebook talking to people until I got home. And literally, all I could fucking do after that was just sit in my room and just sit on my bed and just staring down, just asking myself why. And, and it took me back to me introducing her to my best friend at that time. And I was just like, why was I so stupid to do that? Why did I introduce those two? And, I just kept on thinking and thinking, like, maybe if I hadn't introduced those two, maybe this wouldn't have happened. But, I also come to find out that while me and her were together, her and him were fucking texting each other behind my back, and I didn't know it. I found out from a good friend of mine who knows Eric, who's seen the text. And it saddened me. Like, it really did. Like, it made me sick. That the entire time that I was with her, that her and him were secretly, texting each other. And I read all the texts, and he basically took her away from me. He basically convinced her to be with him. And does it still hurt to this day? Yes, it does. Because that's the one girl that my mom very, very, very much approved of. That's somebody that she dearly loved. That's somebody that, I'd known since high school. That's somebody that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. We did talk about getting married and stuff like that. And after her birthday, after we had gotten back to my house, or actually more or less to her house, because we were supposed to go over to her parents' house right after the bowling alley, I was going to talk to her. And I was going to pop the question. Even though, I didn't have a ring on hand, I was going to, ask her, to marry me because, like, we were literally, like, we were in love with each other. Like, we had known each other since high school, so, we already knew each other very, very well at that point. So, why not? We were in love with each other and, everything else, so, why not? and it didn't turn out like that. And, and he still blames me, saying that it's all my fault, when in reality it's his and her family's. Yes, me getting upset at the bowling alley didn't help it any, but it was mostly her aunt and, her family doing what they did that basically started everything up. And he still, to this day, goes around and tells people, that it's my fault, when in reality it's not my fault. It's actually his, because, he was the one that was convincing her behind my back. Basically trying to take her away from me. And he was always the kind that he always wanted what I had. He always wanted everything that I had, and he had to be better than me in every fucking way. Every way. Like, it didn't matter whether it was at a video game or just at life. He had to be better than I am. He had to have what was mine. And if I had what he wanted, he had to take it from me. Like, he felt like unless he was better than me, he was inferior. He felt like he was worthless unless he had, all the best stuff in the world. Like, unless he had what he wanted, he felt that he was not, superior in any way. Which I'll admit, alright, fighting games, superior, not gonna lie. He was a pretty damn good fighter on fighting games. But even to this day, he got pissed. Because I kicked his ass. Every time we did a race game, I would fucking kick his ass. And I straight told him, dude, you're not gonna beat me. You forget, I am a racing champion at this shit. I know what the fuck I'm doing. You can sit me down on any racing game. Just show me the controls, what to do, and I'll kick your fucking ass. I'll leave you in the damn dust. So that's one thing that I was always better than him at, is racing games, obviously. Because you guys have seen what I can do firsthand. But, now you guys know the truth about what really went down, what happened, and what my ex-best friend did, and how he stabbed me in the back and took my high school sweetheart away from me. And hopefully this, clarifies why I made that post that I made the other day that I made. But anyways, guys, I'm going to hop off here. Maybe sit down. I might watch, I don't know. Like, I might watch some anime. I may try working on a dubstep song. I don't know. All I know is that, I'm glad I finally spoke the truth with you guys about what really happened. But y'all, I love you guys, and I will see you guys later on. Probably in the morning. I don't know. I may do another live stream later on. It depends. Either way, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys later.